Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Main Gaming NA versus EU Showdown. I'm your host, Stento, and I'm lucky enough to be sitting here with one of the members of Phase 9, Blurtzy. How you doing tonight?
Doing awesome, man. Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, I really do appreciate your time, and gonna get right into these questions here so we can give the audience a little bit of an idea about your gaming past. So question one for you tonight is going to be, where did your gaming career start? In what games were you playing and why?
All right, man. Well, I'm old. We'll start there.
Me too.
I'm 34 years old. So my gaming past actually started with SOCOM Combined Assault back in 2005. So actually that was the very first TPP game I've ever played. From there went to Call of Duty Comp. Couldn't skip past the Search and Destroy days. Then I went to PC, played some H1Z1, and actually my brother suckered me into PUBG. So and that's how I wound up being here. So
amazing. That's an awesome history. So when exactly did you pick up PUBG, and more specifically start to kind of get into competitive play more regularly? And how did you find your Phase 9 team?
Actually, I'm kind of a virgin to the comp scene, actually. I've been playing the game since the game came out, and I didn't start dipping my toes into the comp scene. I hated all the guys, honestly. Too many egos.
Yeah, I understand.
Didn't want to play with them, didn't want to screw with them. But I actually just started playing comp about a year ago. That's when I started Phase 9. So yeah, about a year ago. I've been playing since the game came out.
Amazing. What's your favorite PUBG memory that you've got this far?
Oh man, I got a couple. Actually, honestly, and I know this is gonna sound super kind of cliche here, but last night watching Wagon clutch that 1v2 was probably my highlight as far as
hey, why not? That was some high stake. I mean, I was like, in the beginning of that night, it was you guys and BH that, had a chance at to make a run at the Dub Hub. And BH started out game 1 and 2 solid, but you guys really just kind of stumbled up. And I was like, gosh, like Phase 9 almost played themselves out of this in the first 2 matches, and then you went back-to-back wins on Miramar. So like, I understand how that has to be a high moment.
We were very, very confused going into the match. We kind of knew it was, the final 5 matches, there was only a few teams that were looking for a few spots. And, there's a lot of politics involved in PUBG comp. And, if you're not friends with them, they're going to land on you.
Yeah, and getting towards the end of the tournament, everyone's kind of throwing caution to the wind a little bit, whether it's a team that's already qualified or a team that can't qual. So you just had like extra stuff to look out for, right?
You get to figure out who your friends are too. Initially when we first started game 1, we thought it was BH that was landing on us. We were actually wrong after we went back and reviewed the 2Ds. So we were wrong. I want to retract that statement. The entire night I was frustrated that BH was landing on us. It was not BH. But I mean, it would have been a smart move had they. So I mean, I can't knock it. I wasn't really all that upset about it. But yeah, we started off rough. I'm actually really surprised that we managed to pull out those 2 dubs. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm thankful my guys stuck it out all the way through, because they wanted it badly.
Yeah, that was absolutely an awesome way to kind of finish the regular season there. Oh, what a great memory, man. It just happened. What about going into the finals? You guys have any expectations for the finals here, or any adjustments that you guys are planning on making as you kind of move into these games this weekend?
When we first came into this, I kind of gave the guys a average points per game that we had to meet to based off past leagues. I created an average and said, okay, in order to qualify, we're going to have to hit this mark. We actually went 1 point over the mark that I actually quoted, and it gave us
that's awesome
what we needed to get. So
that's amazing.
We did hit that mark. However, the standard's higher now.
Yeah, absolutely.
The standard is much different now. We didn't come in wanting to be super aggressive. We've had showcases where we've been the aggressive team. We wanted to be consistent. That's what we were trying to aim for, is be consistent. I literally said, what we want. I want to say it was 6 points. It was 180 total. We wanted 180 total over the 30 games. And we figured that would be enough to get us to qualify. And if it wasn't, then we'd have to do some crazy stuff at the end. But It ended up working out for us. So we're definitely going to have to make some big time adjustments on what our play style is going to be. We're going to have to rotate a little bit better. Comms are going to have to be cleared up a little bit. And then our in-game engagement, the final zone engagements, they're still a little bit messy. I still feel like it's a little bit kind of my life, your life kind of thing. You can see it a little bit yesterday where we were a little confused when it was WAG and me in the final circle with both K7 members. We definitely looked like a hot mess there. We just got lucky to pull it out. So
yeah, still an amazing end. And yeah, man, there's going to be plenty of games in the finals there. I think it's going to be super important to clean it up a little bit and just make sure you're playing that opportunistic PUBG and really sometimes just throwing caution to the wind and going to get some kills is just the play.
Yes, absolutely.
One thing I wanted to do really quickly is I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I've got your team's stats up here. One thing I was curious is out of these 4 members that played the most for you guys, Mutso, WAG, yourself, and Fingers a little bit less because you had some subs in there as well, but who's kind of the IGL for you guys, and what are the other roles you guys kind of have assigned within the team?
Oh, come on, Stento, you don't know that I'm the IGL.
I figured I didn't want to
as you start building a team and structuring a team, the roles kind of speak for like the players know what they need to do. And the best IGL doesn't really have to do a lot of IGLing. Maybe in the initial stages, but as you kind of construct a team, they know kind of what the expectation as the team is going to be, how we want to play it, what's our motivation, when's going to be the good time to make a push, who's going to do what, who's going to hit the reses when teammates knocked. Understanding that maybe there's a player on the team that's better than you, and you need to have them, not being the one to play the res, because it doesn't benefit your team, So I think I'm having to IGL less and less. I'm more of oh, hey, look, guys, okay, 1 minute, we have to get off this spot. We need to be, scouting from here. It's just a small reminders here and there. But for the most part, man, my guys are just doing their, playing their game. And that's how I want them to do. I don't want to change their style of play. I kind of want to mold our team around the players. So.
Yeah, I love it. And looking at the stats here, just one more thing I noticed, and you mentioned him a little bit earlier, WAG. Is he kind of like your main fragger? Is he someone you guys look to kind of pick up a little bit extra kills, maybe play the point on some of those team versus team fights, or what are your thoughts on him as a player? He's got 36 kills in just 25 matches throughout the regular season.
Well, I want to apologize to RTN. I stole him. WAG was a hell of a steal, man. He just needed to be with the team that kept him up on his feet longer.
So how long has he been playing with P9 now?
3 months or so, probably.
Cool.
2 months, 3 months. We've been running a lot of dailies, and we've had a lot of success with him. We actually have another pretty notable player, Kev Chino, as well. I would say he and WAG are probably the top fraggers of our team. But there's so many good players on the team that I have a struggle to sit guys. I've contemplated sitting myself.
Yeah.
So because there's so many guys on the team now at this point that are way better than I am. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Next question for you. What would you like to see from Main Gaming moving forward with some of our PUBG events?
You guys do a fantastic job. I think you guys don't do too much, because I think if you guys do too much, then you kind of flood it out and it doesn't look as authentic. I like that you guys, put on an event, every month or two, a big, huge event, but I think it's really good for the PUBG console community to have these big events. And I just want to shout out to Main Gaming for putting this on for us. And, we were really excited to participate and be one of the teams that were able to play, and even more excited to make it into the finals. So we thank Main Gaming for giving us the opportunity, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'm pretty sure by now we make it clear, man. It's all about the players and teams. So, getting you in for an interview like this is just kind of one of the first steps in getting, the audience on board with not only yourself, but, the amazing team that you've started here with Phase 9. So, big thank you for doing this. And before we sign off, you got one last word for the crowd or any of the viewers watching here before you guys hop back into some games?
I want you guys all to go touch some grass today. No,
Awesome.
you know what? I want to give a big shout out to quite a few teams that actually fell just a little bit shorter than us. That we just managed to play a little bit better. At the end, our team came in strong. But one of my favorite teams is the Dub Hub, and even though they were kind of our enemy, they're our frenemy. I love the Dub Hub, and I
Who
wish they would
doesn't?
have qualified alongside of us. So much love to K Dub and the crew. So.
Absolutely, man. Well, Blurtzy, thank you so much for your time, man. This meant a lot to me, and I'm sure it'll mean a lot to everyone watching here tonight. But good luck as you guys enter into the finals here. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Stento.